Hello, right. The reason for this little film is that a couple of weeks back I sort of put a post on Facebook sort of bemoaning that there wasn't all about Picalilli. Now, it's a sort of a fairly niche thing. It's not something that people either love or hate. It's the sort of Marmite of condiments. So with that in mind, I thought I'd have a little sort of scout round my local area here in North Wales and find a selection of pickles and then sort of test them against each other and see if which ones taste the best, which ones look the best consistency, etc. Little history. Picalilli comes originally from India. It was an idea brought back with after the sort of colonial era, and over the while the taste. It was originally called Picalilli, and then the taste has been modified for British sort of palates, so to speak. So it's been made a lot more sweeter and more fitting with vegetables that we have. If you make this at home, apparently it's a really good way of using up your old vegetables, lots of cauliflower, etc. And it's a really sort of vivid side to a dish. Goes great with meat, goes great with cheese. I personally am a bit of a savage and I would scoop it straight out of the jar with a spoon if I could. So going from the cheapest to the most expensive I've managed to find. This is the first cab off the rank. This is Aldi's offer. They call it Bramwell's, but it's just a brand that they use. And this costs 65p, as I said, from Aldi. And this next one, this is Barton's original Picalilli, and this costs different prices wherever you go, but from Home Bargains, this is currently only 69p. Moving on, this is Asda's own brand, and this comes up at 85p for a jar. First of our branded ones, this is Haywood's. This seems to be a very popular choice, and normally this would come up in at nearly £2 a jar, but with the sort of with Christmas coming and it's a popular choice, this is now reduced currently to £1 in most major supermarkets. Another favourite, this is Heinz Crunchy and Tangy Picalilli, again only £1 in supermarkets. This next one, this is Cunningham's traditional Yorkshire recipe Picalilli. I found this it's currently on sale in Asda, and this is currently £1.30. Most expensive of the supermarket owned brands, this is Morrison's own brand. It's a good sized jar though, 465 grams, that's over £1 in weight, and this currently is £1.45. This is Mrs. Darlington's Picalilli. I bought this from our local Spar, and this retails at £2.25. These next three, these all came as a set from Calder's Kitchens. Now this one has currently won a Great Taste Award. It's I suppose a small batch made in a small kitchen, so the price is a bit more expensive. This came as a set. Now you get their traditional Picalilli. We have Silly Lily, which is with a few different spices, and finally, for something with a bit of heat, Chili Lily. Now the whole set cost a tenner, so I suppose that works around £3.33 a jar. Okay, so we've seen all the Picalillis I'm going to be eating today, but the best way to do this is through like a blind tasting. So what's going to happen is my director is who's currently off screen is going to take the cheese and a cracker and some Picalilli, slather it on, and then pass them over to me in hopefully no particular order, and then I'll give my thoughts on each one. Okay, so I now have my crackers with cheese and Picalilli ready. I've been given an order to start with, so let's get right into it. So we'll choose this first one here. Colour's quite attractive. Looks like it's got quite a bit of texture. Well, it looks like some gherkin in there. So that's not too unappealing to the eye. So I'm going to tear into it now. Not too sharp, not too sweet. That's the sort of Picalilli that for me works quite well. There's actually a bit of heat coming through and an aftertaste here, so there's definitely some spice there. But all in all, I'm quite liking that one. Okay, so moving on to the next one. This one looks like it's got a lot of vegetables, a lot of content there. There's looks like there's bits of runner bean, definitely cauliflower that I can see. So and the colour's not too vivid. So I'm gonna have a go at this one now. Quite a traditional taste. Very sharp, and you can maybe get a bit of the turmeric as well. Not liking this as much as the first one, but it still wouldn't put me off. Wouldn't put me off at all. Quite sharp. Right, here we go with the next one, and this looks more exotic. I've got a feeling this is going to be one of these premium ones because there's a whole load of vegetables in here. Colour's quite orange, so I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. So let's have a taste of this one. I think this has got a lot of spice, a lot of pep. In fact, it's quite overpowering. It's not unpleasant, but I can't really taste anything other than the curry on this one. I would find this very hard to have with a traditional, say, ploughman's lunch or cold meat selection on its own. I'm going to have another go at it. That's quite potent. Okay, moving on to number 4. Another one with quite a lot of veg content. See some carrot in there, cauliflower. Colour not too vivid. Let's have a go. It's probably the sweetest one I've had so far. There's no not a lot of spice of it in taste at all. Quite sweet, but not unpleasant. I think if you were new to the world of Picalilli, this is probably something that you could that you'd quite like. Right, next one, another high veg content. Lots of cauliflower, lots of cabbage, probably green bean. Whereas the last one was quite sweet, this one's a lot more vinegary. And sauce is a little bit watery, but I would say we're sort of we're bracketing the target a little bit. Okay, this one's very yellow. I can't really make out what vegetables in it. I don't know if they've sort of blitzed the vegetables going into this one. It's not too yellow, but we'll have a taste. But the taste isn't too bad. It actually works quite well with the cheese. Nice right amount of punch, not too weak or flabby. It's just a shame that there's sort of not a lot of crunch there. It's almost been pureed too much. Okay, we're sort of over halfway through now. This one looks like it's literally just they've put small silver skin onions, and it's possibly the yellowest of all the. Pardon me. They're coming back to haunt me. Yeah, this is probably the yellowest one, so I have my suspicions on this one, but let's try it. Oh, blimey. Yeah, the sauce surrounding this one isn't the most pleasant. It's quite, it feels quite industrial. It's, it almost feels like it's a chemical one. But, yeah, in fact, I'm not going to finish this one. Well, this is, I suppose, a similar one to the last one in the sense that it's quite oniony, but the colour's a lot better. I'm hoping it's a bit more, tastes a bit less like a chemical production. Sadly, there's no taste to this at all. I find this very mild. It's not even compensating with any sort of tang. It's just literally yellow and there. Right, here's another one that's high on the yellow counter. Again, it looks like it's been pureed and blitzed. But let's just hope that the taste's a lot better. Cracker integrity let me down there. Well, I feel like it's just added some texture to cheese. It's a little bit more pickle taste than the last one. But it's still not sort of waving any flags. It's again, it'd be the sort of thing that maybe that a mass caterer would use, knowing that it wouldn't upset anybody. Okay, so we're back in texture country. A lot of vegetables again. Looks like a bit of marrow, carrot, cauliflower. Good sort of winter mix. Let's taste. Oh, that's a really different taste. It's actually really sort of it focuses more on the vegetables rather than the sauce, and it works really well. If you remember panyan pickle, which they used to make a long time ago, it's got a hint of that. It's not so oniony based. It's actually yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Right, the last one. I don't know what Henry's got set up for me here. Oh. Good colour. Good taste. Very traditional. No, texture's a bit, again, it looks like it's been sort of blended maybe a bit too hard, but there's still something in there. The sort of Picalilli that my grandparents would have made. It's a real sort of good mix of sweet, sharp, heat, all things you'd actually want. So I don't know if you saved the best till last, but it's certainly up there.
The first one was Cunningham's.
The Yorkshire Picalilli. Okay, yep. Wasn't bad at all.
Second one, Morrison's.
Okay, that had good texture. It was certainly sort of I wouldn't have thrown it out of bed.
Third one was actually Silly Lilies.
I thought this was going to be the chili one, because that was hotter than the hottest one I think I ate.
Next one was the Kilder's Kitchen Picalilli.
That was a good one. Good, a lot of texture. They really do shove it in. But you'd hope so for £3.33 a jar.
Mrs. Darlington's was fifth.
This was, I think considering it's sort of certainly it's packaged nicely. You know, probably would look nice in a hamper or whatever else. It was a bit wispy.
Number 6 was Asda.
Yeah, that was not good.
Number 7.
Hayward's.
That one was Hayward's.
Really, this is the one I couldn't eat. This is possibly the most popular one out there. It says here medium and tangy, but it just tasted almost like it had been made in a lab.
Number 8, Barton's.
Barton's. I must admit, I do go through quite a bit of Barton's Picalilli because it seems to be sort of in most stores and priced well. But okay.
Next was Bramwell's.
Well, better than I thought. The actual taste was really good. Had that, the texture wasn't the best, but considering it's the cheapest out there, it's only 65p. It certainly punches above its weight.
Chili Lily.
Yeah, Chili Lily. That was really nice. I like that. That was it was a really good sort of nice bit of heat and texture and sweetness. It was everything.
And the last one was Heinz.
Well, would you believe it? Because I suppose Heinz is being this massive conglomerate of food production, but that was actually quite pleasant. That surprised me with its taste.